Yeah, welcome to class once again. In the last video, I discussed determinant of 2 by 2 matrix, and I promised to continue with the 3 by 3 matrix. So for determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, this is how you go about it. But before proceeding to the main work, a 3 by 3 matrix is a matrix with 3 elements on its rows and 3 elements on its column. So if you look at the example cited here, you'll see that you have 3 elements on the rows and 3 elements on the column. So the first subscript you have for each element is representing the row which the element falls on. So that is why you see that all the A's on the first line of the matrix, or on the first row of the matrix, has 1 as their first number. Then the second number indicates the column the element is falling on. So for the first element A, it is this element here is falling on the first row and the first column. So for the second one, it's falling on the first row but on the second column. So that's why you have 1 and 2. For the third one, it's falling on the first row but on the third column. So that's how it works. And so now, to get the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, it's a step solid than that of 2 by 2 matrix. But the knowledge of the 2 by 2 matrix is of course so important in this one. Alright, so what you do here is you introduce a positive sign here, a plus here, a minus here, and a plus here. So firstly, you pick this first element here, A11. That's why you have it here. Now picking this element here, you try to cover the column of that element and cover the row of that same element. This is the element I'm dealing with now. I've written it A11. I'm covering the column and I'm covering the row. So looking at, after covering the row and column, every other element I have, this, those are the things I put in the determinant structure. So I'm done with the first one. Now the second one, remember it is minus I have here. That's why I'm having minus. And the element is A12. So I'm going to write A12 also. I cover the column and the row of that A12. This is the column. I've covered it and I'm covering the row. The other elements you have left that you are seeing after covering the column and row of A12, you put them into the determinant structure. So that's how you deal with it. Then the last one is plus A13. So I wrote plus A13. And I cover the column and the row. The elements I have left after covering the column and the row of that A13 are these ones that you will put in the determinant structure. So the next thing to do is, from here, you already know how to define the determinant of, this is a 2 by 2 matrix already, so whatever the determinant is here, you multiply it with this A1. You find the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix also, just like what I did in the recent video. Whatever the answer is, you multiply it with this A1 to A1 to. You find the determinant of this third one also. Whatever it is, you multiply it with the value of this one. So that's how it works. So for simplification's sake, I cited another simple example. So I said for simplicity, if you have a matrix A, B, C, D, E, F, you are looking for the determinant of this matrix. Just like I said, you have introduced a plus, minus, plus here, plus, minus, plus. So it may not be essential to write the first plus here, but the first element is A. So it's the same thing as plus A. Covering the elements, the column of the element and the row of the element, you will see that you have EF. You have EFHI. So that's why after writing my A here, what I have in the determinant structure is EFHI. So I'm done with that. Then B is minus. I will have minus B. I cover the column and the row of B. You see that all I am having is DFGI. And that's why I'm having DFGI here. So the same thing, the last part is plus C. I'll write the plus C. I'll cover the column and the row of C. I have DEGH. So that's why we have this structure. Alright, so that's how it works for 3 by 3 matrix. Now that will take us to examples on 3 by 3 matrix. So examples on 3 by 3 matrix. I have to write the notes down so that to save the video length and to reduce the video length, I mean to say. So to find the determinant of this kind of matrix, please, you need to make sure you are listening attentively in order to understand this concept clearly. It's very simple to deal with or to work with. Alright, so if you ask to find the determinant of this matrix, 3 minus 2, 0, 1, 0, minus 2, 4, 1, 1. So you are asked to find the determinant of this. So to get the determinant of this, just like I said, introduce plus here, minus here, and plus here. Now the first number here is 3, so you have plus 3. It's plus 3 is the same thing as 3. Now when you cover the rows and column of 3, the columns and row of 3, you have 0, minus 2, 1, 1. So you write 0, minus 2, 1, 1. That's the first part. Now you have minus 2. Now remember, minus, this is it. Now the main number you have is minus 2. Minus 2. Then you can now have your cover the column and the row. You have 1 minus 2, 4, 1. So you put 1 minus 2, 4, 1. So that's for the second one. Now the third one is 0. That's plus 0, plus 0. You open the bracket, cover the column and the row. You have 1, 0, 4, 1. 1, 0, 4, 1. I'm trying to be fast with this video so that the video length will not be too much. So, but you can always pause for you to comprehend before you continue. Alright, so this is what I'll be using. Now, let me quickly confirm if everything I have written is correct before I proceed. So for 3, cover the column and row, 0 minus 2, 1, 1. Cover the column and row of minus 2, I have 1 minus 2, 4, 1. Cover the column of 0 and the column and row of 0, I have 1, 1, 0, 4, right? So that's it. Now, to proceed with this, I have done determinant of 2 by 2 matrix already with you. So you have this first part, you have 3. Now let's solve. The determinant here means 0 times 1. I'll take it gradually here. In the next example, I won't do that. 0 times 1 minus 1 times minus 2. That's 0 times 1 minus 1 times minus 2. So that's for the first one. Now, minus times minus here will give you a plus 2. Now you can continue with your work. 1 times 1 minus 4 times minus 2. Okay, so then plus, I'm done with that side, plus 0. Now, 1 times 1 minus 4 times 0. I've explained this concept in the 2 by 2 matrix. So you can go back to view it if you haven't come across the video before. If you haven't come across the video before, you can go back to view it, so that to watch it so that you get proper understanding of it. Alright, so you have 3 here. 1 times 0 is 0. That's 0. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. Now that minus 2 times this minus here will give you plus 2. So that's for that. Plus 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. That minus 8 times is minus outside here. You have plus 8. So you need to be very careful when you're working with this. 0. This, you are not supposed to waste time, but let me just take it gradually. 1 times 1 is 1. And minus 4 times 0 is 0. So you have 3 open bracket 2. Because 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 open bracket 9. Then you have 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So the answer will be 3 times 2, 6, plus 2 times 9, 18, plus 0 times 1, 0. So the answer is 24. The determinant of this matrix is actually just 24. So it's not a big deal at all. Another example is, if you ask to find the determinant of 2, 1, or 2, 0, 1, minus 4, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, or 1, 3. So just the same way, I'm going to be fast this time around. Plus, minus, plus. So we have 2 first, because 2 is the first thing. And what you will have in your determinant structure will be 2, 1, 1, 3. So minus 0. The covering the column and the row, you will have minus 4, 1, 0, 3. Then covering the row and column of plus 1, because it's plus 1, you will have minus 4, 2, 0, 1. So you go confirm once again if you have not made any mistake in your, sorry, I forgot I was having a video. Alright, so from here you would proceed. We have 2. I've taught determinant several times, 2 by 2. So this time around I'm going very fast with it. 6 minus 1, 2 times 3 gave me the 6. So 6 minus 1 times 1, which gave me 1. Minus 0, 1 times 1 gave me the 1. So minus 0, Then for this, minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Minus 0 times 1 give me 0. And plus 1. Minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Then minus 0 times 2, which is 0. So it's going to be very fast. 2, 5. We have 0. Minus 12 minus 0 is minus 12. Plus 1. Minus 4 minus 0 is minus 4. So that's that. 2 times 5 is 10. Minus 0 times 12 minus 12 is plus 0. Plus times minus is minus 1 times 4 is 4. So our answer is going to be 6. So determinant of this matrix is 6. And that's all. So fast and quick.